What if I told you that there's a simple, free, and incredibly powerful medicine that can reduce stress, boost your immune system, and literally help you grow as a person? And what if this medicine was something you could give and receive multiple times a day? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most profound quotes about human connection ever spoken. The renowned family therapist Virginia Satir once said, "We need 4 hugs a day for survival. We need 8 hugs a day for maintenance. We need 12 hugs a day for growth." But here's the question. Was she just being poetic, or is there actual science behind these specific numbers? And in our increasingly digital world, where physical touch has become almost rare, what does this mean for our well-being? Section 1. Who was Virginia Satir? Before we dive into the science, let's talk about the woman behind this quote. Virginia Satir wasn't just anyone, she was a revolutionary in the field of family therapy and human development. Born in 1916, Satir became known as the mother of family therapy. She pioneered approaches that emphasized the importance of emotional connection, self-worth, and, yes, physical touch in healing relationships and personal growth. What made Satir special was her holistic approach. She understood that humans aren't just thinking beings. We're feeling, sensing, touching beings. She recognized that our bodies and our emotions are deeply connected, and that physical touch plays a crucial role in our psychological health. Satir worked with thousands of families throughout her career, and she observed firsthand how physical affection, or the lack of it, affected people's ability to thrive. Her quote about hugs wasn't just theoretical, it came from decades of observing real people and real relationships. She believed that touch was fundamental to human development, starting from our earliest moments. Think about it. When a baby is born, the first thing that happens is skin-to-skin contact. This isn't just tradition, it's biology. Section 2. The neuroscience of hugging. Now let's explore what modern science tells us about hugging and touch. It turns out that Virginia Satir was remarkably ahead of her time. The oxytocin connection. When we hug someone, our bodies release a powerful hormone called oxytocin, often called the love hormone or bonding hormone. This isn't just feel-good chemistry. Oxytocin has measurable effects on our bodies and minds. Research shows that oxytocin can reduce cortisol levels, that's our stress hormone, lower blood pressure, improve immune function, increase pain tolerance, enhance feelings of trust and empathy. But here's what's fascinating. The effects of oxytocin aren't just momentary. Regular physical affection actually changes our baseline stress levels and overall health. The vagus nerve response. Hugging also stimulates the vagus nerve, which is like the highway between your brain and your major organs. When the vagus nerve is activated through gentle touch, it triggers what scientists call the rest and digest response, the opposite of fight or flight. This means that hugs literally help our nervous system shift from stress mode to calm mode. No wonder we feel better after a good hug. The pressure receptors. Our skin contains special pressure receptors called Pacinian corpuscles. When these are stimulated by the pressure of a hug, they send signals to the brain that reduce activity in the amygdala. That's our brain's alarm system. Duration matters. Here's something interesting. Research suggests that hugs need to last at least 20 seconds to trigger the full oxytocin response. Quick, polite hugs are nice, but the therapeutic hugs Satir was talking about require a bit more time and intention. Section 3. Breaking down the numbers. Now let's examine Satir's specific numbers. 4 for survival, 8 for maintenance, 12 for growth. Was she just picking numbers out of thin air? 4 hugs for survival. At the most basic level, humans need touch to survive, literally. Studies of orphanages in the early 20th century showed that babies who received adequate food and shelter but lacked physical affection often failed to thrive and sometimes even died. This condition was called failure to thrive, and it demonstrated that touch isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. 4 hugs a day might represent the minimum amount of physical connection needed to maintain our basic psychological stability. It's the touch equivalent of getting just enough calories to survive. 8 hugs for maintenance. 8 hugs for maintenance suggests a level of physical affection that keeps us functioning well, not just surviving, but maintaining our emotional and physical health. This aligns with research showing that people in loving relationships with regular physical affection have better cardiovascular health, stronger immune systems, lower rates of depression and anxiety, better sleep quality. 12 Hugs for Growth is about optimal functioning, the level of physical connection that allows us to flourish, develop resilience, and reach our full potential. This higher level of physical affection is associated with greater emotional intelligence, better stress management, increased creativity and problem-solving abilities, stronger sense of self-worth. While the specific numbers might not be scientifically precise, they represent different levels of human thriving that research supports. Section 4. The Modern Touch Crisis. Here's where things get concerning. We're living through what researchers call a touch crisis or touch starvation. The statistics are alarming. Studies show that people today experience significantly less physical touch than previous generations. Many adults go days without meaningful physical contact. The average person touches their phone over 2,000 times a day, but might not touch another human being once. Digital connection versus physical connection. We've become incredibly connected digitally, but increasingly disconnected physically. Social media gives us the illusion of connection, but it can't replace the neurochemical benefits of actual touch. Think about it. You can receive 100 heart emojis on a post, but none of them will trigger the oxytocin release that a single hug would provide. The health consequences. Touch starvation isn't just about feeling lonely. Research links lack of physical affection to increased cortisol levels, weakened immune system, higher rates of depression and anxiety, increased aggression and antisocial behavior, accelerated aging, cultural factors. Different cultures have different norms around touch, and some societies are naturally more high touch than others. But across cultures, the basic human need for physical connection remains constant. Section 5. Practical application. So how do we apply Satir's wisdom in our daily lives? Quality over quantity. It's not just about hitting a number, it's about meaningful, intentional touch. A rushed, obligatory hug won't have the same effect as a genuine 20-second embrace. Expanding your definition of touch. Hugs are wonderful, but physical connection can take many forms. Hand-holding, back rubs or shoulder massages, cuddling while watching TV, high fives and fist bumps. Even petting a dog or cat can provide some benefits. Building a touch-rich environment. Make physical affection a priority in your relationships. Be intentional about hugging family members and close friends. Consider activities that involve healthy touch, like dancing or massage. Practice self-touch, like self-massage or warm baths. Respecting boundaries. It's crucial to remember that everyone has different comfort levels with touch. Always ask for consent and respect when people say no. The goal is to increase healthy, consensual physical connection. Section 6. When hugs aren't available. Not everyone has access to regular hugs, and that's okay. There are still ways to address our need for physical comfort. Self-touch techniques. Self-massage. Wrapping yourself in a weighted blanket. Taking warm baths or showers. Gentle stretching or yoga. Professional touch. Massage therapy. Physical therapy. Even hairstyling or manicures can provide beneficial touch. Pet therapy studies show that petting animals can trigger similar neurochemical responses to human touch. Virginia Satir's quote about needing 4, 8, and 12 hugs a day wasn't just beautiful poetry. It was profound wisdom, backed by what we now understand about human neuroscience and psychology. In our increasingly digital world, we can't afford to overlook our fundamental need for physical connection. Whether it's exactly 4, 8, or 12 hugs, doesn't matter as much as recognizing that touch is essential for our well-being. The next time someone offers you a hug, consider accepting it, not just as a social gesture, but as a gift to your nervous system, your immune system, and your overall health. And if you're in a position to offer hugs to others, remember that you're not just being kind, you're potentially providing something they need for their very survival and growth. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. How has physical affection impacted your life? Do you think we're experiencing a touch crisis in modern society? And have you noticed the difference between quick hugs and longer, more intentional ones? If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone who might benefit from a reminder about the power of human connection. Remember, we're not just digital beings, we're physical, emotional, sensing creatures who need each other in the most fundamental ways. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.